Namaskaram everyone, this is Vishwaksen and welcome to Vaka Talks, where we talk about mental health and emotional well-being in different kinds of relationships. We are talking about various reasons why people stay in toxic relationships, in unhealthy relationships, and today let's talk about fear of humiliation. We have seen a lot of stories, we have read a lot of novels and stories, and there have been a lot of telenovelas, TV shows, and movies where they have been uh, they have been lionizing, they have been promoting putting up with a toxic person and shunning the people who leave a relationship, in general any relationship, calling them selfish, labeling them different labels, and then doing a smear campaign against people who have left unhealthy relationships, whether whether be it leaving their parents, leaving their partners, leaving their friends, calling them all sorts of names, because the story actually revolves around this toxic character. So in order to promote them, in order to throw limelight on this toxic person, they tend to malign, they tend to uh, make the other persons, they show people, other people who have realized how toxic they are, and leave them as terrible people. So it's difficult to promote a toxic person, so it's easier to shun the people in their lives, show everyone else in their lives as toxic, as negative people, as selfish people, inconsiderate, or whatever you want to call them, to show that this person who is actually toxic as a positive, upstanding, and a wonderful person in the society. But in reality, we see that the, these are the people who are actually wrong. These are the people who are actually toxic. And these are the people who actually hold the narrative. These are the people who write the stories. These are the people, if you have noticed, there are throughout history, they have smeared a lot of negativity on a lot of women, just because the history was written by men. even if even if the people in their life realize how toxic, say, even a monarch is, their husband is, their father is, and leave them, they label them as selfish, as inconsiderate, as thinking about their own needs, and not being compassionate, not being understanding, because it is these people who is in control of the narrative. It is these people who is going and telling people all sorts of stories, all sorts of made up stories about the people who have left them. And we have also heard many of those stories from the toxic people in our lives, how it is always, if they had a certain an ex who decided to call it quits, they would never sit and look at the situation, what went wrong. They would always blame the ex. Oh, they are the one who is wrong. I was the victim. So it's always, it can be he or a she, it doesn't matter. It it's always, they tend to paint themselves as the victim, and they have engaged in many smear campaigns against many people in their lives, and we have heard the smear campaigns that they were on when we were with them. Usually, when we are born into a family and we have a toxic person in the family, we have heard the narratives that they build up against people who, even when we know what was happening, what we have seen, the interactions between them, and we know the whole story, in spite of that they try to twist the story to paint themselves as the victim. And we have heard a lot of stories from our aunts, from our uncles, from our cousins, from our grandparents, our parents. There's only one common line in all these stories is whoever left them in any form, in any way, it's always their mistake. And these are the people who say like, oh, I'm the victim over here. And we see them how they have been exploiting everyone else in the family. It is, and it's always the same story with everyone else. It's just that they they play the same story with different people. Only thing, the roles are played by different people, but the story remains the same. So every time they interact with people, they have some sort of a relationship or a friendly relationship. They try to exploit them, and then those people realize that they're being exploited and used, and then they realize that it is not healthy to keep contact with them, and then they cut all contacts with these people. And then, until then, as long as they've been able to extract things from them, that as long as they've been able to use them, exploit them, they they praise them. They say, oh, this person is very nice, very considerate, they always respond when I need something, they're always very willing to help. And once they realize that they are being exploited, and start to distance themselves, and in some cases completely cut all contact from them, then they start smear campaign against themselves. Oh, that person, I always knew that they were like that. It's like you cannot rely on them. They have been always they have been exploiting me. That's what the toxic people say. The other person has been exploiting them, and they try to paint themselves as the victim. And we have seen these people in our lives, in our professional lives, in our personal lives, in our romantic lives. We have seen these people trying to paint everyone who has cut their contact from them as toxic, as completely exploitative, and completely shifting the blame onto them without taking any accountability for, okay, what soured the relationship, what caused the relationship to break. Okay, was I asking too much? Was I expecting too much? Was I exploiting them? No, there's never an analysis, because according to toxic people, they are always right. Everyone else are just an extensions of them, who are there just to do bidding to them. They have to give them everything. They have to give their resources, they have to give their time, they have to give their energy, everything to them. I do have a few relatives who do behave like that. They demand that that everyone gives them all their resources, all the money, all the time, uh, all the facilities. They, without even them saying, oh, they should realize that I need something, they should come and offer. They don't even want to ask, because asking is basically in their twisted form of reality, asking for something is too low. They have to realize that these toxic people have certain needs and offer them automatically. No, people are living their own lives, and when there is any form of distancing, when people try to distance themselves from them, immediately the smear campaign starts. They start, oh, this person is always like that, they have been exploiting me for so long, when in reality it is these people who have been exploiting the other person to the extent that they have to feel that they need to cut all relations. Even they have been exploiting even their kids, they have been exploiting their siblings, they have been exploiting their parents, they have been exploiting everyone around them, and no one wants to. And usually it is, they they do it in different episodes. They exploit a little bit from one relative, then they exploit something from another relative, and goes around, and at certain point everyone is fed up with them, and no one wants to answer them. No one wants to uh, give them any more benefit of the doubt. And then they cry foul and say like, oh, everyone has it against me. I'm such a wonderful person, I'm such a generous but such a considerate person, everyone has it against me, and they want to extract and exploit me, and I have served everyone and no one recognizes my input, when they have been the people who have been exploiting and creating a very toxic environment when people are around. And we have heard the stories that they have narrated, how they have twisted the situation to paint themselves as the victim, and we are scared that they are going to do the same thing with us. And as a result, we don't want to face the humiliation. We don't want to face the same people. We don't want to face the, because usually these are people who are close to us. These are the people who we work with regularly. These are the people we interact. We have to interact for various reasons. And when when we know that they are going to run a huge smear campaign against us, and we don't have the energy and time or resources to go and talk to each and everyone and explain the whole situation, because they are very good at crying at the drop of a hat. They are very good at twisting the situation to paint them as the victim. And we only, even if someone asks, we only say the basic details. We don't want to relive the situations where we felt dirty, even being associated with them. And they keep telling stories and stories, keep talking about how things have been uh, unfair to them, how everyone has been unfair to them. And we don't want to be the victim of their smear campaign, and we don't want to face the humiliation. And as a result, we tend to tell ourselves, okay, I don't want to put up with all that, so let me just stay in this. How bad can it be? I got used to it, so I can handle it. So this is a very, very big reason why we decide and choose to stay in a toxic relationship, even after realizing how toxic it is, because we are scared of the humiliation that we are going to face if we leave the relationship, both from the family and the society. Because the society just sees that, oh, this person is not putting an effort to keep the relationship going. They do not see how toxic and how draining it is to maintain a relationship with a toxic person. If you like my content, please hit the like button and share your experiences in the comment section below, and please share my videos with people you feel would benefit from my content, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Until we meet again.